Hi, Jack. I'm so glad I got you a Star Wars theme book this time. So let's take a look. The cover of your book's got all your main characters. There's Princess Leia, there's Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Chewie, and the droids. And let's open it up past that till we start right here. Okay, now you should be on this page. It starts out, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. A galaxy is a land or a place that's way up in outer space. A terrible war was happening between the good guys, the Rebel Alliance, and the bad, evil Galactic Empire. Princess Leia and her friends were fighting the bad guys. They had gone on to the Death Star and stolen plans that the bad, evil empire was going to use to vaporize planets. That means like to blow them up. But just as Princess Leia and her rebel friends were trying to escape, an Imperial Death Star destroyer captured them. Okay, now let's turn the page. And now you're on the page that shows Princess Leia talking to R2-D2. She's giving him a special message to get out to the good guys to come and save her. And right as she's giving it to him, Darth Vader, the evil Empire leader, comes into her spaceship and he brings all of his stormtroopers and he demands that she give back the plans she's taken for his weapon that can destroy planets. But little R2-D2 and C-3PO have already escaped from the spaceship and are in a tiny pod that's going back to the Rebel space station to tell them what's happened. But instead of landing on the Rebels planet, they accidentally land on a desert planet. Then they're captured by little tiny scavengers called Jawas. And the droids, that's R2-D2 and 3CPO, are sold to a farmer who lives on the desert planet who's raising a young man named Luke Skywalker. Luke dreams of leaving his desert home and traveling into space to exciting, adventurous places. Now keep in mind, Luke hasn't become a fighter yet. He's just a young man living at home. Okay, now let's turn the page. Now on this page, we see Luke Skywalker, and he's been trying to clean the sand off the droid robots. And he accidentally hits a button, and the message that Princess Leia has given to the droid appears like a little film. And she says, "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope." Now Luke knows that there's someone named Ben Kenobi, a very old man that lives at the edge of the desert. Now that night, R2-D2 runs away to deliver his message. And in the morning, Luke wakes up and C-3PO and he race off in their land speeder to see if they can find R2-D2. When they finally reach the little droid, there's very mean sand people that attack them. Luckily, a mysteriously cloaked man comes to their rescue. Do you see him there with the brown cape and down at the bottom? It's Ben Kenobi, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Let's turn the page. Now we see Obi-Wan and Luke together. Obi-Wan has taken Luke back to his hut at the edge of the desert. And he listens now to R2-D2's message that Princess Leia had given to R2-D2. The full message asks Obi-Wan to come and help her friends, the rebels, to fight against the evil Empire and the mean Darth Vader. Luke is amazed to learn that old Ben is actually Obi-Wan Kenobi, the great Jedi Knight soldier warrior. He's skilled in the magical ways of the Force. The Force is something you can't see, but it's an energy field that gives Jedi Knights their special power. And it binds all the galaxy together, Obi-Wan explains. Obi-Wan then tells Luke that Luke's father was once a Jedi Knight. Luke hadn't known that, and that Darth Vader had destroyed his father. Darth Vader had been a student of Obi-Wan Kenobi's when he was young, until Darth Vader turned to the dark, evil side of the Force. Now we see Obi-Wan giving Luke a lightsaber and teaching him how to use it. It's a gift, he says, and it's a very powerful laser sword. I want to learn the ways of the Force and become a Jedi just like my father, Luke says. All right, let's turn the page. On this page, we see that Luke and Obi-Wan and the two droids have gone to a spaceport to find a spaceship that will be fast enough to take them to Alderaan. It's like a bar where there's lots of aliens that are having drinks and talking and playing music, but it's a very strange and dangerous place because of the aliens. Obi-Wan hires Han Solo, who actually owns a spaceship called the Millennium Falcon. Han Solo has a friend who's a Wookiee. He's also a co-pilot because he knows how to fly the plane too. His name is Chewbacca. Their ship is fast enough to outrun the Imperial Star Destroyer, and it will be a dangerous trip, but Han Solo says he will be the pilot for them because he needs the money to pay off a debt he owes to Jabba the Hutt, who's a very mean and powerful crime lord. Let's turn the page. Now on this page, we see Luke and his friends, Han Solo, Obi-Wan, and Chewie are all aboard the Millennium Falcon, and they blast off because the bad guys, the TIE fighters, are chasing them. But Hans is a good pilot, and he quickly engages the ship's special speed. It's called hyperdrive, and it makes the ship go faster than the speed of light. Soon the heroes are racing across the galaxy on their way to Alderaan. But when they get to where it should be, there's nothing there. The planet has been destroyed, blown into pieces by the Death Star. Suddenly, the Millennium Falcon is being pulled towards the giant space planet that the bad guys live on. You can see it's big and round. You can see the light. It's like coming out, beaming at the Millennium Falcon, and it's pulling them towards it. They can't get away. Let's turn the page. Now we see that they're all trapped on the Death Star. Luke and his friends hide from the Imperial forces. Obi-Wan sets off to see if he can find what the force is that is holding the Millennium Falcon there so that he can turn it off and they can escape. R2-D2 plugs into a computer and discovers that Princess Leia is actually being held right there on the Death Star. So now they know they need to save her too. Disguised as stormtroopers, Luke and Hans handcuff Chewie and pretend that he's their prisoner so that they fit right in. They enter the detention center, that's like the jail, where they hold Princess Leia, and they take the guards by surprise. Luke quickly finds Princess Leia and opens her cell door. "I'm here to rescue you," Luke says, taking off his helmet. Let's turn the page. The stormtroopers have been chasing Luke and his friends, and thinking that they can get away, they jump into a garbage chute without knowing what it will lead to. They go down a slide and end up in the garbage dump. But what's worse is that the sides of the walls are closing in to crush the garbage, and there's also a garbage monster in there. As the walls get closer and closer, the friends get frightened that they'll be crushed. Luke remembers he has his communicator, like a cell phone, on him, and he contacts C-3PO and R2-D2, asking them to help. Thinking quickly, they turn off the compactor, and they're able to unlock the doors and save them. Let's turn the page. After turning off the tractor beam that was holding the Millennium Falcon there so they couldn't get away, Obi-Wan runs into Darth Vader. They ignite their lightsabers and have a duel. As Luke is running for the Millennium Falcon, he sees Obi-Wan and Darth Vader fighting, and then he sees Darth Vader strike Obi-Wan down. The old man vanishes, and his cloak falls to the floor. "No!" cries Luke. But the heroes must race quickly to get aboard the Millennium Falcon and take off. The Imperial fighters are chasing them and trying to shoot them down, but Hans and Luke climb into the Falcon's gun bays, and they blast the fighters to bits. Soon the heroes are zooming across the galaxy to deliver the secret Death Star plans to the rebels for how they can destroy the Death Star. Let's turn the page. When they get back to the rebel base, they look at the Death Star plans that Princess Leia had stolen, and they find that there's a weak spot that can destroy the Death Star if they can figure out how to fire and hit it in the one special spot that will blow the whole Death Star up. Hans tells Luke that he doesn't want to help anymore with the mission. Instead, he wants to return to his planet. Luke is very disappointed because he knows that Han Solo is a very good pilot and they could really use his help. The Death Star is coming to attack the rebel base. So Luke and his fellow rebels jump into their X-Wings and fly out to attack the Death Star. The evil TIE fighters are firing at them, but the rebel pilots fight bravely. But no one can seem to make that perfect shot of hitting the one place that could destroy the Death Star. Finally, it's Luke's turn. He flies his X-Wing down a narrow trench towards the vent. Suddenly, Darth Vader appears in a TIE fighter behind him. Let's turn the page. Darth Vader is about to destroy Luke's X-Wing when suddenly, kaboom! Darth Vader's TIE fighter has been blasted. It's the Millennium Falcon, and Han Solo has come to rescue them. "You're all clear, kid," shouts Hans. "Now let's blow this thing and go home." As Darth Vader's damaged fighter spirals into space, Luke hears a voice in his head. It's Obi-Wan. He hears the sound, "Use the Force." Luke turns off his targeting computer on his X-Wing, and he closes his eyes, and he fires. It's the perfect shot, and the Death Star explodes. Now let's turn the page to the very last page. Luke Skywalker and his friends are heroes. Princess Leia gives them medals, and the rebels all cheer. Their fight with Darth Vader and the evil Empire is far from over, but they know that the magical Force will be with them forever. That end. Hi, Jack. I hope you enjoyed listening as much as I enjoyed reading Star Wars to you. There's 5 more books, so you can have Mom and Dad read those to you when you have time, or when they have time. I miss you, Jack. I love you, and I can't wait to meet Brooks. See you soon. Bye-bye.